Have you ever been lying awake in the middle of the night because your dog simply couldn't trills? 10 stop scratching? The house is completely quiet. Then you hear it. Scratch, scratch, scratch. A few seconds of silence, then the constant licking begins. Your dog starts chewing at their paws, as if they're trying to bite away the discomfort. They rub their face against the carpet. Their ears look red. Their belly has patches of irritated skin. You wonder if it's fleas, seasonal allergies, dry skin, or maybe something in their food. So you do what almost every loving dog owner does. You buy a new bag of food, then another, maybe switch to grain-free, maybe spend extra money on premium ingredients because you just miss your best friend to feel comfortable again. But what if I told you that changing dog food over and over may actually be delaying the real answer? What if the problem isn't the brand at all? And what if one simple mistake during the next 8 weeks could completely ruin your chance of discovering what's really making your dog miserable? Today, we're going to uncover one of the most misunderstood health problems in dogs: food allergies. We'll separate popular myths from veterinary science, explain why so many dogs are misdiagnosed, and walk through the proven 8-week elimination diet that veterinarians use to identify food allergies. More importantly, you'll learn the hidden mistakes that many owners never realize they're making, mistakes that can keep their dog itching for months. Let's begin with the biggest misconception of them all. Is it really a food allergy? Here's something that surprises many dog owners. Not every itchy dog has a food allergy. In fact, many dogs that constantly scratch are actually reacting to things they encounter in the environment, rather than what's inside their food bowl. Think of your dog's immune system like an overly cautious home security system. Its job is to recognize dangerous intruders and protect the body. Most of the time, it works perfectly. Sometimes, that system becomes overly sensitive. Instead of reacting only to real threats, it begins sounding the alarm over harmless things. For some dogs, that false alarm is triggered by pollen, dust mites, mold, or flea saliva. For others, certain proteins found in food can become the target. The result looks almost identical from the outside: red skin, constant scratching, ear infections that seem to keep coming back, chewing on the paws until the fur becomes stained brown from saliva. That's why guessing can become so frustrating. Many owners assume grain is the problem because grain-free products are heavily advertised whenever allergies are mentioned. But here's what veterinary research has shown for years. True grain allergies are actually uncommon. When a genuine food allergy exists, the immune system is far more likely to react to specific proteins that the dog has eaten repeatedly over time. This is exactly why simply buying a different bag of kibble doesn't always solve the problem. The label may look completely different, but your dog could still be eating the same proteins hidden in another recipe. Until you identify the actual trigger, you're often just changing the packaging, not the cause. And that leads us to the biggest question every dog owner asks. If food allergies can't be identified just by changing brands, how do veterinarians actually discover the real culprit? That's exactly what we'll uncover next. The only reliable way to find a food allergy. If changing food brands isn't enough, and online allergy tests often leave owners more confused than informed, how do veterinarians actually figure out whether food is the real problem? The answer is surprisingly simple, but it requires patience. It's called an elimination diet. Think of it like solving a mystery. Imagine you're trying to find out which key on a giant keyring opens your front door. You wouldn't shove all the keys into the lock at once. You'd test one key carefully, eliminate the ones that don't work, and eventually discover the correct one. That's exactly how an elimination diet works. Instead of feeding dozens of different ingredients every day, your dog is placed on a carefully selected diet containing ingredients their immune system is unlikely to react to. In some cases, this means using a novel protein, something your dog has never eaten before. In other cases, your veterinarian may recommend a hydrolyzed protein diet, where the proteins are broken into extremely small pieces that are less likely to trigger an immune response. The goal isn't simply to make the itching disappear. The goal is to remove every possible food trigger so your dog's body has a chance to calm down. But here's where many owners accidentally fail. They think, one small treat can't hurt. Unfortunately, it can. Imagine you're trying to figure out whether someone is allergic to peanuts. You remove peanuts from every meal for weeks. Then one afternoon, they eat a cookie that secretly contains peanut flour. Now you have no idea whether the improvement or the reaction came from the main meals or that single cookie. The exact same thing happens with dogs. During an elimination diet, consistency matters more than almost anything else. That means no table scraps, no flavored treats, no leftover bites from dinner. Even certain chewable medications, dental treats, or flavored supplements may contain animal proteins that can interfere with the process. This doesn't mean you should stop medications on your own. Instead, speak with your veterinarian before making any changes so they can recommend appropriate alternatives if needed. For many families, this is the hardest part. Children accidentally drop food. Guests offer the dog a snack. Someone forgets and rewards good behavior with a biscuit. Each small slip makes it much harder to know whether the diet is truly working. That's why veterinarians often describe the elimination diet as a scientific experiment. Every variable has to stay as consistent as possible. Now you may be wondering, how long does this actually take? Here's the reality many owners don't expect. Your dog's skin doesn't heal overnight. The inflammation that's been building for weeks, or even months, needs time to settle. Damaged skin has to repair itself. Constant scratching has to stop. Ear irritation has to improve. Hair needs time to grow back where it has been chewed away. For many dogs, meaningful improvement may take several weeks, which is why elimination trials are commonly continued for about 8 weeks, or as directed by your veterinarian. This is where patience becomes your greatest tool. Some owners quit after 2 weeks because they don't see dramatic results. Others change foods halfway through because they think the diet isn't working. Stopping too early often means starting all over again. The dogs that benefit most usually have owners who stay disciplined from beginning to end. And if your dog's itching finally disappears after those 8 weeks, it feels like you've solved the mystery. Have you really? Not necessarily, because one final step is needed before anyone can confidently say, food was truly the cause. And that last step surprises almost every dog owner. The final step that confirms everything. After 8 weeks of staying disciplined, your dog is finally sleeping peacefully. Scratching has almost disappeared. Their paws aren't constantly being chewed. Their ears look healthier, and those angry red patches on their belly are beginning to fade. It's an incredible feeling. Most owners naturally assume the mystery has been solved. But veterinary medicine has one final question. Was it really the food? This is where your veterinarian may recommend what's known as a food challenge. If your dog's symptoms have improved significantly during the elimination diet, the original food may be reintroduced under veterinary guidance to see whether the itching returns. It sounds surprising, but it's one of the most reliable ways to confirm that food, not something seasonal or environmental, was truly responsible. Think of it like solving a puzzle. You don't just celebrate because one piece fits. You make sure the entire picture comes together before declaring the mystery solved. If the itching quickly returns after the original food is reintroduced, you've found an important answer. If nothing changes, your veterinarian may investigate other causes, triaxi, such as environmental allergies, parasites, or underlying skin conditions. Either way, you've stopped guessing. And that's one of the biggest victories any dog owner can have, because every month spent guessing often means more discomfort for your dog, more frustration for your family, and more money spent on treatments that may never address the real cause. Here's the truth every loving pet owner should remember. Food allergies aren't something to fear, they're something to understand. Once the trigger is identified, many dogs go on to live happy, active lives with the right long-term nutrition and regular veterinary care. Instead of constantly switching foods or chasing the latest marketing trend, you finally have a plan that's based on evidence rather than hope. So if your dog has been scratching for months, don't fall into the trap of believing every advertisement or miracle solution you see online. Real answers rarely come from quick fixes. They come from patience, consistency, and working closely with your veterinarian. Imagine your home a few months from now. The middle of the night is quiet again. No constant scratching. No frantic paw chewing. No restless pacing across the bedroom floor. Your dog is stretched out peacefully beside you, breathing softly, completely comfortable in their own skin. For many owners, that's more than just a good night's sleep. It's the moment they realize their best friend is finally feeling like themselves again. If this video helped you better understand food allergies and the science behind the 8-week elimination diet, Let us know by leaving a comment below. Has your dog ever struggled with itchy skin, recurring ear infections, or constant paw licking? We'd love to hear your experience, because your story may help another dog owner who's searching for answers tonight. And if you enjoy honest, evidence-based videos that help you understand your dog's behavior and health, don't forget to subscribe to Pawsonality Insights. We're here to separate myths from facts and help you build a healthier, happier life with the companion who trusts you more than anyone else. Thanks for watching. Give your amazing dog an extra hug today. We'll see you in the next video.